Hey guys, today we're going to be doing a rebuild kit on a DCI quick clean syringe. The rebuild kit part number is 3098. We will be using this DCI three-way tool. First thing you want to do, locate the pin at the bottom of the buttons, press down the buttons with your thumb, and use that middle punch to push it out and get about that far. You can use a pair of needle nose pliers or a pair of cutters, and you can just pull it right out. Next is pull these buttons out. And then the springs go underneath them. Got one that's being, there it goes. All right, next thing you want to do, get you a Q-tip, cotton swab, get some alcohol, and you're just gonna clean out these buttons. Where the buttons go, the holes. Just get whatever little crud you can out of there. Sometimes it's gonna take a couple. The water one's always the worst. All right. Now to replace the buttons, the first thing we're going to do is get your replacement conical springs. They come in the kit. Put those big side down so the little side is facing up towards you. I don't know if y'all can see that, probably not. Next, now this is a little extra step. You're going to take your buttons, and there is a little E-clip right here at the nose. You're going to pull that off. I just use my fingers. There we go. And then that whole barrel with the O-rings will come off. Except for this top O-ring right here. Just be careful not to lose anything. And there's a little O-ring right there on the shaft. Take a little bit of lubricant. Does not take very much. In fact, I got a little bit in the cap right here that was just already on there. That's all I need. And you're just going to lubricate that O-ring. And you take that barrel, put it back on. Don't forget that O-ring that came off with it. Put that back on. Take your E-clip, and you're going to put that back on. I need to use this pair of needle nose pliers to help me pinch it the rest of the way. Sometimes I can get it without it, but after doing this for so many years, my hands start to hurt. So we're going to do the other one right quick. Again, E-clip comes off, barrel O-ring comes off, a little bit of lubricant, barrel, O-ring, E-clip, goes back on there. Okay, now those are ready to be reinstalled. So to do that, already got our springs in there. Nose down, button up. Place those both in there, like so. Get your replacement button retaining pin. Now this is not needed as well, but I like doing it. But you can take a little bit of lubricant and lubricate the pin. It just helps prevent it from getting stuck from the next person that needs to work on it. Press the buttons all the way down. Put your pin into that retaining hole. And take something nice and strong, push that in. You can also use the three-way tool. I use the Allen end, push that all the way in. Pardon me. Next is going to be the nose. This is a locking spring. You need to press that down, put the Allen key into it, and then you can start to loosen. Okay. Now that whole mechanism comes off, I'm just going to set that off to the side. The spring, we can put that off to the side, we get a replacement, and then deep down in there, focus, there is a 3-way tip O-ring that we will also be replacing. I'm just using the syringe tip to help pull that out. This is it right here. This is a very tiny O-ring. That's going to get replaced. Again, I'm going to take some alcohol. And you're just going to lightly clean on the inside just to clean up any grime or crud. Some more lubricant. And the replacement O-ring. And use this tip again to kind of get it in place. There we go. And then I use the Allen key again to press it down the rest of the way. And we're in. Let's take a look at this. Now there are ball bearings in here. In this, the tip locking mechanism. There are ball bearings right up underneath. I don't know if y'all will be able to see those either. You know what, we're gonna replace this O-ring anyway. This O-ring, you do get a replacement in the kit, but it stays on here and it helps retain those ball bearings. So I'm gonna try to see if I can't do this without any of them falling out. But there's that one right there. There are 4 or 5 of them. I don't remember. I try not to open that up. Just roll that O-ring back on. And then your replacement spring will just sit on there. Now take note of this slot right here. The slot goes onto, there's a pin right down in there. So if you have it to where that slot is not on there, that locking ring is not going to go down. You just rotate until you find it. Once it sits down all the way, you can see that it will actually sit all the way down. And you just take your Allen key. This is a 5/32. In case you don't have this tool, you can use just a pair of Allen wrenches. Because I know a lot of the plastic disposable syringe tips like to break on the inside of these. This is being fickle. There it goes. There we go. Nice and snug. Locking ring, good. Take your tip, the syringe tip, just make sure that it seats all the way and it locks in place. Okay? This one is good to be used again. Now, I don't have any with me, but they're all the disposable syringe tips I like to break. The only difference between those and this one is that this one has a rounded cut at the tip. It is very blunt. The other ones, they're plastic. They are cut flat. They are not rounded, so therefore they will tear up that tip O-ring on the inside. Something to just keep in mind if you're buying disposables or if you're using these tips. If you're using these, they are autoclavable and they can be reused. And for today, that will be all. Let me know if y'all have any questions or if you want me to do a video on something else. Thank you. Have a great day.